people, this is Nate here.
This Kev.
And yo, we are Games Music Life. So we're back to review this 2 Chainz project, Rap or Go to the League.
Yeah, man.
And like I said, like he had a choice.
Yeah.
You know, and the thing is here, okay. All right, so I don't want to get all spicy on the review. Okay, so I listened to 2 Chainz album.
Yeah.
Get into it. The first track had me completely open the first time I heard it.
Yeah.
I love Marsha Ambrosius. I thought 2 Chainz had the subject title was just the matter, I should say, was definitely very dope. And then after I listened to it more and more, I started realizing, you know, lyrically, it wasn't. It was the way. Okay, lyrically, it wasn't what I thought it was.
Okay.
After the first listen.
Okay.
I still enjoyed the track. I still enjoyed the project. Mm-hmm. Okay. But as I started getting more and more into it, it was really just a 2 Chainz album.
Yeah.
And that's what I took from it, because I think a lot of the stuff he were talking about before the album, before he's doing his press runs, I'm more lyrical on here. And it seemed like he tried to take himself a little bit more serious and try to be more of a lyrical rapper.
Lyrical miracle.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what messed him up.
Yeah.
Because I think and I told you before, I think he took himself a little too serious. And it's not knocking him. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed the music. I enjoyed the project. It's a 2 Chainz album.
Right.
But I don't go to 2 Chainz for bars. I don't.
I don't think anybody does, man. I think that's kind of what it boils down to, too.
But I think he
doesn't realize.
Yeah, but I was just about to say that. You said it. I don't think he realizes that.
Yeah.
And that's where I think it fell short for me. Because when we review albums, we try to stay away from other reviews. We don't listen to other people's things until we get our thoughts out.
Right.
But as I started going into it and I read Rolling Stone's review on it, and they kind of said some similar things about it, but they were saying, he basically took himself a little too trying to fit the mold of what something he's not. Mm-hmm. And 2 Chainz is here for the turn up. He's here for the party. It's nothing better than I would hear an album and not, because I never read the credits on who's on the album before I listen to it the first time, and hear that yow and him coming in and rapping. That's the energy I like from 2 Chainz.
Yeah. And on more swagger rap.
Absolutely, man. And on here, it kind of like seemed like he was trying to fit bars and fit words and pockets that I don't think he should have done. Mm-hmm. Just rap off beat. Just be the regular 2 Chainz we want you to be. I don't know if it's the industry is taking over for him or he feels like he is. I feel like he slates himself higher than what he is. And that kind of hurt me on reviewing the album sometimes, because I went in expecting this lyrical monster to come about and hear, and I just didn't hear it. But then again, I had to check myself to know that's not what you go to 2 Chainz for. Right. So the music itself, you get into it, it's a 2 Chainz album, bro. It's really nothing. It's one of those albums you haven't heard it, but you heard it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, what do you think?
For me, with this album, I came into it, maybe this is my own fault, man.
That's what I said, it's my fault too.
The way that he was hyping this up is like, he kept telling the stories, he named it Rap or Go to the League, and he described it as being more of an oxymoron, because he was trying to say that, hey, listen, these don't have to be your only dreams or ambitions to just rap or go to the league. You can do something else with your life too. And I'm like, okay, that's a good sentiment. You know what I mean? I can respect that. So I came into this album expecting music kind of themed around that. And though I did hear it a little bit, you know what I'm saying, I do feel like this is one of 2 Chainz' most personal albums. He gave us his story the best he could and, kind of led us into his world. I don't know that I really got the execution on that theme of, you don't have to rap or go to the league. It was a lot of, talking about rapping and going to the league.
Right.
But I don't know that I heard too much about the other side. One thing I will say did surprise me, man, this production on here, it really felt like he stepped out of his comfort zone, and he sounded really good on a lot of those soul samples and, a lot of slower kind of tempo beats, things like that. It wasn't a whole lot of trap sounds on here.
Right.
It was more just 2 Chainz, I don't want to say giving us East Coast vibes or whatever.
Was he trying to change the narrative of himself, you think?
I do think that he was stepping out of his comfort zone. That's all I can really say. And he sounded good. Right. Now, the rapping, he wasn't bad. He wasn't bad at any point. Like, I didn't feel like he was just horrible. He was just a mumble rapper. But I wasn't getting like super bars on here.
Right.
Man. I mean, he wasn't rapping in circles around folks like he's Earl Sweatshirt or something like that.
Yeah.
This wasn't that. And there was a track on here, man, where he actually goes back to Drake's old flow on the second verse, and I was just kind of like, oh, man, is this where we're at with it? You know what I'm saying? Is this where we're at with it? I mean, the flow Drake was using, back when So Far Gone first dropped. Is this what we're really doing in 2019? LeBron is an A&R. I feel like you got to do a better job, man, on the last part of this album. Like album kind of came to a slow burn, especially like when we got to Sam. And while I get the idea, or the importance of educating the community about taxes and things like that, what to anticipate, what to expect, it didn't really seem like you was really giving us nothing that was just too prolific or profound on this track for it to kind of be, I don't want to say preachy, but for him to be kicking knowledge on the track the way that he was. And I think that was kind of the overarching theme of the album, where it was just like, yo, these tracks come across a little bit, more self-aware maybe than they are. Like, they try to come across as being like super intricate or.
That's right, and that's the part I think that he was trying to do something that I don't think people. I don't know if it's people want. It's like he almost woke up one day and was like, I'm gonna start doing this instead of just being what he true to form. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. It was. I don't know, but all in all, I do want to be fair to it, because it's like, yo, these were just my expectations, and maybe I hedged my bets a little bit in the wrong direction. You know what I'm saying? I feel like for a 2 Chainz album, this is a really solid album. I mean, for anybody's album, this was a good album. It was cool. I enjoyed it when I listened to it. Nothing that I hated about the album or whatever, but I think I got my hopes up that 2 Chainz had ascended to this higher level, especially like after I thought that he really kind of switched up his sound in a great way on Pretty Girls Like Trap Music.
Yeah.
So I thought, hey man, maybe he leveled up even again. Now he's trying to give us a concept album or a theme album or whatever. And when I heard it, I just didn't feel like it really hit the nail on the head. Maybe that's Bron's A&R.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It could be Bron's fault. Was it too long? Was the album too long?
No, it was 55 minutes. Was a good album length. It didn't feel like the album just drug on. It just, I don't know. It just didn't really seem like none of these songs were just like out of this world. Now, I did like the Chance feature. That caught me off guard, especially him and Kodak on there. I thought that was a great track. I like that one too. But I liked it for Chance and Kodak.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really 2 Chainz. And that's no fault of 2 Chainz. He did his thing.
What do you think about the Ariana sample? Or what they did?
Ariana Grande?
That song sample.
That felt a little bit too polished. That felt like they were just trying to knock one out the park. And I never really like it when artists do that as it is. So... I could really leave that alone. I did like the Kendrick feature. I know a lot of people have been complaining about that. But I like Kendrick's little whisper flow. But again, that had nothing to do with 2 Chainz.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I like Kendrick on the track. So.
And that's where you start getting worried, is when you start getting the features outshine the actual person whose album it is.
Yeah.
I get worried about projects like that.
I didn't feel like it got washed. It was just like, oh, I really like this feature here. You know what I mean? It's just kind of one of those things.
The Ariana feature was, to me, it just seemed like, why the hell 2 Chainz doing the song with Ariana Grande?
Hey man, you need a Billboard, man.
Yeah,
you know
see that's and that's the issue.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You're chasing something.
Yeah,
just instead of just making the music. What'd you give it though?
78.
Okay, I gave it a 75. Okay, yeah, I gave it a 75, and I think that's beyond fair in our opinion. I mean,
absolutely. But, I mean, hey, just our opinion.
It's just our opinion. 2 Chainz fans, get in here.
And hey, listen, man, it didn't get an F. So
no,
you know what I'm saying? We both thought it was
a high C.
Good album. Yeah, mid to high C.
Yeah,
it was solid.
I might even give you a sticker with a thumbs up on it.
I'll tell you what. I'll be here for the next one, 2 Chainz.
Oh,
no matter what, I'll still be listening, bro. You ain't lose a fan in me.
No.
Maybe this album just didn't hit the way I anticipated that it would, because I thought you were just about to knock this one out the park, go to another level on this album, and it was just a decent entry into the catalog.
Go back to trap music, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't mind some more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I go to it for.
But I hate to box the man in.
Yeah, I don't want to box him in either. But you got to go with what you know.
Yeah.
But yo, get in here, man. 2 Chainz fans, you give it 100. If was I too high, too low? Was Kev too high, too low? Yeah. And leave a review, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yo, I'm Nadir.
This Kev.
And yo, we are Games Music Life, man. Drink more water, people.
Peace.
Peace.